This is my Suunto Vertical 2 review. The device has been out for about 6 months now. I just got mine several weeks ago. Right out of the box, I installed the Q1 update, which is 2.53.42. We're going to take a look at the hardware. We're going to talk about performance and how it compares to the Apple Watch Ultra 3, the Fenix 8 Pro. We're going to talk about what I think it's still missing and if it's worth your money in May of 2026. Okay, so I've got the Titanium Anniversary Edition. This is supposed to be an homage or a tribute to the original Vector, which came out way back in '98. Now, the Vector was actually yellow, and they went with a different colorway for this one, which I'm glad that this one isn't yellow, but it's kind of a tangerine color. Overall, it's a good-looking device. You know, if you look at the watch face, it's pretty much spot on from what the original Vector looked like. So the titanium version is grade 5 titanium. That's the bezel. The case is something called glass fiber reinforced polyamide, which is, it's basically, an engineering grade thermoplastic. So that means, what that means for us as a user is that it's super lightweight, it's super rugged, but is also able to really easily transmit radio signals, which is important when, the chipsets need to communicate with satellites and things like that. So that means you have good connectivity. The display is a 1.5-inch LCPO AMOLED with a resolution of 466 by 466 with a sapphire crystal display. So it's going to be really scratch resistant. And in practical real-life usage, it's really easy to see in almost every condition. So that's pretty nice. I love how snappy the processor is. It really feels like Apple Watch level and feels a lot snappier than my Fenix 8 Pro in real life. The Vertical 2 is really comfortable to wear. It's lightweight. It feels more comfortable to wear than the Apple Watch Ultra 3 or especially my 51mm Fenix 8 Pro. I'll put the weights of each device up on the screen here. One of the best things they did for this device over the Raise 2 was, at least in my opinion, adding the LED flashlight. It's great. It has 4 different brightness levels. It has some different light patterns like strobe, SOS, and a breathing mode. You can also change it from a white light to red as well. So it's really awesome to see that they added that for the Vertical 2. In my opinion, every watch should have it. Now we're going to take a look at some data and really see how the Vertical 2 performs compared to the Fenix 8 Pro and the Apple Watch Ultra 3. All right, here's some heart rate performance. This is an 18-mile run where the Vertical 2 was struggling a little bit in the beginning. You're going to see in the zoomed in portion, the first 5 to 8 minutes, it was struggling compared to the Apple Watch Ultra 3. It eventually worked itself out and was great the rest of the time. It also struggled again at the beginning of a 6-mile run and then was okay after that. We've got a perfect 13-mile bike ride, a great 10-mile run that really looked a lot better. GPS performance really has been great. I don't have anything to complain about. Here are a couple of tracks comparing it to the Garmin Fenix 8 and the Apple Watch Ultra 3. Nothing at all to complain about here. Now we're going to take a quick look at battery life, and in real life performance, it's been pretty good, averaging about 7 to 8 days. So now it's time to talk about what could be better. So first we're going to talk about customer service. I ordered my device, it's the 90th anniversary edition. I ordered it from the website when it was in stock, placed my order, and got 0 order confirmation. In fact, I didn't hear anything for 2 weeks from them, or about 10 business days, before I reached out to see what was going on, where my order was. Well, within 24 hours, I had order confirmation, and I got a message back from them saying they were sorry, but that the device had shipped. So that's all fine and good, but there should have been at least some kind of order confirmation or some email back from them saying, hey, we got your order, we're working on it, because they did charge me several days before I reached out to them for that shipping confirmation. So that's something to be aware of. The next thing I don't really love is the always on display. It is incredibly basic. All it shows is the time. You're not getting any other data. And in 2026, that's just not good enough, because if you look at the Phoenix line and what they're doing with the always on display, or if you look at the Apple Watch, there's much more data. It's a much more data rich, display. And really, so when it's at a glance, it just, for me, it cheapens the experience, unfortunately. And it just like makes me feel like I'm wearing an Android watch from 10 years ago, which had really basic always on displays at the time. So I really would like for them to do better there, because it takes away from what otherwise feels like a pretty premium experience. Next thing for me is that it has an issue sometimes activating the regular display from the always on mode, and the wrist turn doesn't always activate it. And it's strange that it will be fine for a while, and then I'll have a period of where it really struggles to activate it, no matter how hard I'm twisting my my wrist. And so I assume that's a bug, but I'd really like for that to be worked out. Okay, the big one here is the sleep tracking. It's terrible. Like it's often off by as much as an hour for me. Compared to, and I've compared it to the Phoenix, I've also compared it to the Apple Watch Ultra 3, and in at least of those three, the Apple Watch is the best for me, but the Vertical 2 really has not been great for me. So what's the verdict on the Vertical 2 6 months in? Is it worth your money? Yeah, I think it is a really solid device. The fact that you can get it for $599, the stainless steel version, you're getting really great GPS tracking, you're getting solid heart rate, it looks good. Would I love for it to have a better always on display? Absolutely. The sleep tracking, you're gonna have to decide on your own if you can live with wacky sleep tracking. Maybe they'll fix that in the future. Maybe they'll fix the always on display in the future as well, but I think it's always a good tech rule of thumb to buy technology based on what its capabilities are today and not what might happen in the future, because you just never know. But overall, yeah, I like the Vertical 2. I like it a lot more than the Race 2, and that's primarily because of the design. I think it looks better. So that's about it for this one. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please let me know in the comments, are you interested in what Suunto's doing these days? Are you nervous about buying from them because they're overseas? And if you're in the US, of course I'm approaching this all from a US perspective. If you're not in the US, you may have a totally different perspective. But love to hear what you're thinking. Thanks a lot for watching.